His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at the Palace. The cabinet affirmed the importance of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa's visit to the UAE, highlighting the discussions held between His Majesty the King and the UAE President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan on the long-standing Bahrain-UAE relations, their robust partnership, and furthering collaboration between the two countries. The cabinet highlighted the strength of the Bahrain-Saudi relations and multi-sectoral collaboration, which reflects the visions of His Majesty the King and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. These visions align with the agreements and initiatives signed between the two countries, including the Local Value Program in Industry Takamul, which treats the products produced in both countries similarly. The program is one of the outcomes of the Saudi-Bahraini Coordination Council, led by His Royal Highness the Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. The cabinet noted that the program will enhance the national economy and consolidate the sustainability of the strategic partnership between the two kingdoms. The cabinet commended Bahrain's e-passport for winning the International Red Dot Design Award 2024, the most prestigious design competition standard, reflecting the excellence of the kingdom's e-passport. The cabinet directed the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to raise awareness among citizens and travelers about travel guidelines, emphasizing compliance with regulations, security, and safety procedures in the countries they visit. The cabinet emphasized the importance of citizens adhering to warnings issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs regarding traveling to countries with unstable security conditions. The cabinet stressed the importance of providing young Bahrainis with promising opportunities and investing in them to meet their ambitions and further the kingdom's development. It noted the efforts of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, led by the representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, in supporting Bahraini youth through several initiatives that enhance their creativity and excellence. The cabinet expressed concern over the dangers of escalation in the region, warning about their security repercussions, increasing tension and violence, and fueling conflict in the Middle East. It stressed the kingdom's position against political violence, calling on all parties to avoid further escalation in the region. The meeting emphasized the importance of the Security Councils and the international community's support of the regional efforts to prevent further escalation and tension due to their dangerous repercussions on regional security and stability. The cabinet then approved the following: a memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Financial and Economic Affairs and Fiscal Balance regarding Bahrain's unified final accounts and final results for the 2023 fiscal year. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on the government's response to 2 laws and 3 proposals submitted by the Representatives Council. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding the MOU between Bahrain Polytechnic and the Link Foundation to enhance their cooperation in the academic and scientific fields. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding the MOU on the strategic partnership between Bahrain Polytechnic and the Korean Embassy in Bahrain. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding the MOU between the Ministry of Education in Bahrain and Al Usra Center for Consultancies and Training in Kuwait for cooperation and voluntary community partnership for the Atamanna National Development Project for Educational Development. And a memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding the MOU between the General Sports Authority in Bahrain and the Ministry of Sports in Saudi Arabia for cooperation in the sports field. The cabinet then reviewed the following: a memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Financial and Economic Affairs and Fiscal Balance on the quarterly economic report of Bahrain for the first quarter of 2024, which showed an annual growth in the GDP at constant prices of 3.3%, supported by a growth of 3.4% in the oil sector and 3.3% in the non-oil sector. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Community Services regarding the labor market indicators for the first half of 2024, which showed that 12,555 citizens benefited from the job opportunities provided, representing 63% of the annual target of the Economic Recovery Plan, which aims to employ 20,000 Bahrainis annually. In this regard, the Cabinet extended thanks and appreciation to all private sector companies and institutions that contributed to employing Bahrainis during the first half of 2024. The memorandum also noted that 8,637 citizens received training during the first half of 2024, representing 86% of the annual target of the Economic Recovery Plan, which aims to train 10,000 Bahrainis. And a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture regarding the latest version of the Unified Guide for Building Permit Requirements. The cabinet then took note of the following ministerial reports: the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the swearing-in ceremony of the President of Iran, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the Farnborough International Air Show, and the external participation of Bahrain's ministers and the visits of foreign ministers to Bahrain.